What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new video. I wanted to talk about how I broke my Yamaha R7 2023. Let's get straight into the video. Quick little story time. A super beginner mistake. It was Thanksgiving this year, or I should say last year actually, because it's now 2025. Happy New Year's, everybody. But last Thanksgiving, I was fixing the bike with my buddy Trey. We were in my driveway, just kind of doing some bike maintenance, getting the chain all serviced up. And my girlfriend calls me, right? Maddie calls me. She's like, hey babe, when are you gonna come to my mom's Thanksgiving? I was like, oh shoot, I need to get to that. It just flew over my head. I was getting so caught up in the maintenance and having fun with Trey that I completely forgot about the time. I have 30 minutes to get there. So I quickly, in about 2 minutes, finished doing the chain. I tightened what I thought was everything, but I forgot the biggest thing possible. I forgot to tighten the rear axle bolt. That is possibly the biggest thing that you could forget to do, is tighten the literal bolt that holds your wheel on the back of your bike. You can imagine what happens next. I start riding, I get about a street down from my neighborhood. I start giving it a rip, right? I go from first to second gear, give it a nice little rip, give it a little throttle adjustment, and bam! Trey sees the back of my bracket fly off of my bike. For reference, this is what I'm talking about right here. I'll put a picture up on the screen. But that little piece of metal flies off the back of my bike. Trey calls out to me on my Cardo. He's like, hey, something flew off the back of your bike. I'm like, what are you talking about? And all of a sudden, I start revving my bike, trying to go faster, and it sounds like I'm in neutral, right? It's just revving out. I'm like, I'm in first gear. Why am I not going any faster? I look down to my left. All you see is the chain off of the bike. And at this point, I'm thinking, holy crap. Like, I literally just broke my bike. I'm thinking the chain's done. I'm thinking I messed other things up. So I get off my bike. I'm in the middle of the road. Cars are just flying by us, passing through. I look on the side of my bike. The chain is completely ripped off of the rear bracket. What am I even gonna do? I gotta get this home. I'm a street down from my house. I guess I'm gonna have to walk it. So what I do is I walk it over to a light pole. I'm thinking, how am I gonna fix this? So Trey has to get me on the back of his motorcycle. I backpack him all the way to my house, which is about 2 streets. We get my toolbox, I get in my car, I drive over to where my bike's at. Meanwhile, somebody could have just taken my bike, put it on the back of a truck. So I'm freaking out. I end up getting back to my bike. I have my toolbox. I start fixing the bike. I get the chain back on. I ride it to my house. Now here is where the worst part happens. So I'm looking at the bike. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can fix this. So what do? Me being me, I order some parts. I think I'm just gonna bolt them on. All is gonna be good. I'll take off the old messed up parts and we'll be good, right? No, instead of doing that, guys, guess what I do? Instead, I go ahead and I take that broken bracket. I'll put another picture up on the screen so you can see what it looked like. I take that bracket, I get some JD welding. I get some of that super glue for metal. I put it back together. I leave it overnight. I'm excited. I'm thinking this is gonna work. I bend the nail back to where it's supposed to be because part of the nail was actually bent that the bracket slides onto. I bend that back, hoping not to break it. I succeed. I'm happy. I'm like, okay, this is gonna work. So I get on my bike, I ride it, and to my surprise, everything's fine. I ride my bike, I'm like, holy crap, I think I fixed it, I'm a genius, right? All it took was some JD Weld, $8, right? $8 at Walmart. Boom, it snaps. I'm literally about 4 lights away from my house. So now I'm screwed. Now I'm like, okay, now I'm farther than my house. I don't have Trey with me. How am I gonna get back to my house? My chain is off the back of my bike. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Me being me, I pick up the chain, I put it on the bracket. It's literally hanging so freaking low. Probably lower than anyway, I skimp it all the way to my house, right? I'm just going as slow as possible. I'm basically just using my clutch at that point. And I eventually get it to my house. It scraped the hell out of my bracket where the chain goes. But sure enough, I get it to my house. At this point, I'm a little bit upset. The story doesn't end there. Now I think, let's order the entire new bracket, put it on the back of my bike, and we'll call it good. So I order that bracket. It comes from eBay in about 5 or 6 days. I tell Maddie, look, babe, I'm gonna put this bracket on the back. It's gonna work. I'm gonna be happy. All is good to go. All is good in the world. So I put the bracket back on the back of my bike. It's brand new. No JD Weld. No super glue. I'm ready to go. I put it on. This has to work. I take a couple lights down. Okay, it's working just like last time. I'm a little bit scared, but I'm not gonna get too scared because I'm like, look, it's a brand new part. How is it gonna break, right? And of course, it snaps again. And now I'm just like, I'm stuck again. And so I hobble my bike just like last time. I put the chain on the back. At this point, I'm just done. I've had it. I'm done. I'm like, dude, I just want to fix the bike. I spent $40 on that bracket. I spent $8 on the JD Weld. At this point, I take it to a mechanic shop. I have them fix it. It takes them about 2 weeks to get it done because we have to wait for the parts to ship. And of course, the axle bolt that goes into my bike is also broken. So they had to order that as well. Finally, after having a broken R7 for over a month now, I finally get it back. I'm excited. It cost me $389 $99 to fix that small little problem. And all of this stemmed from forgetting to put the rear axle bolt nut back on after I finished tightening the chain. So before I get into the last part of the video, please, if you learned anything from this, never work on your bike in a rush, or just take the time to double check everything, make sure you tighten everything correctly, because it could end up costing you $389 to fix a simple issue that could have been avoided if I had just remembered to tighten the axle bolt back up and not been rushing. Nonetheless, I hear some noises when I'm getting out the shop. I keep riding it. Finally, the noises go away, and lo and behold, my bike is finally fixed. $400 later, I have a working, functioning Yamaha R7. This is actually the second time I've taken it out since I fixed it, but that is how I broke my Yamaha R7. So if you guys learned anything, like I said, please remember to tighten all your bolts and nuts back up after you are done working on your bike, so you can avoid costing yourself $100 or more trying to fix the bike. But yeah, if you guys did learn something from this video or find some enjoyment, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all you legends. Ride safe out there, do fun things, and be brave. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, there's some bikers right here.